Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the English Learning Easy podcast. Have you ever been in a conversation where you freeze because you're translating words in your head? You hear a question, you think of the answer in your native language, then try to convert it to English, and by the time you're ready to speak, the moment has passed? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people face this problem. So in this episode, I'm going to teach you 3 powerful ways to help your brain stop translating and start thinking directly in English. These are easy to follow, and you can start using them right after you finish listening. It's called thinking in English. Now, what does that really mean? Well, thinking in English means that instead of translating words from your native language into English, you start to have thoughts directly in English. You see something, and the first word that comes to your mind is in English. You feel something, and you describe it in English, even if you're just talking to yourself. It's a shift that helps you become more fluent, more natural, and much faster in your responses. But here's the good news. Thinking directly in English is a skill you can train, just like going to the gym. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. Today, I'm going to teach you 3 powerful techniques to stop translating and start thinking in English naturally. And the best part? You can start applying these right away. No fancy tools or textbooks needed. Before we start with today's learning, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you never miss our fluency boosting tips. Let's get started. Our first technique is labeling. Here, we label everything around us in English. This is the easiest way to start building a direct connection between objects and their English names without translating. Start with your immediate environment. Look around right now. What do you see? A phone, a laptop, a notebook, a water bottle. Say the words out loud. Don't just think them. Actually speak. This reinforces the connection between the object and the English word. This technique is very simple and effective. Throughout your day, try to look at everyday objects and think of their names in English. For example, when you wake up and see your bed, say to yourself, bed. When you brush your teeth, think toothbrush, toothpaste, mirror. When you walk outside and see the sun, think sun, cloud, sky. You don't have to say these words out loud, just think them in your mind. If you don't know a word, look it up once, learn it, and try to remember it the next time. The goal here is to train your brain to connect directly to English without stopping to translate from your native language. As you get more comfortable, you can move from single words to short phrases. Instead of just coffee, think, I'm drinking coffee. Instead of just shoes, think, I'm putting on my shoes. These small sentences help your brain think in complete thoughts, just like native speakers do. Over time, you will notice that your mind starts to automatically form these phrases without effort. And that's the beginning of fluency. Make it a daily habit. Turn this into a game. Every time you enter a room, name 5 things you see in English. In the kitchen, fridge, stove, spoon, plate, coffee. In the bathroom, Toothbrush, mirror, shower, towel, soap. The goal is to bypass your native language entirely. Over time, your brain will automatically reach for the English word first. Now that you're comfortable with single words, let's level up to the second technique. And the best part, it's completely free. You don't need a teacher, a classroom, or even a book. You just need yourself. It's called self-talk. Simply talking to yourself in English. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Just describe what you're doing in real time. Now, I know this might sound a little strange at first. You might be thinking, talk to myself? Really? But trust me, this is one of the fastest and most natural ways to train your brain to think in English. Just like athletes practice their moves over and over, speaking to yourself in English helps your mind practice forming thoughts, building sentences, and becoming more fluent without needing anyone else. You can do self-talk in many different situations. When you're alone at home, it's the perfect time to try. Look around your room and describe what you see. This is my desk. I'm sitting on my chair. My laptop is on the table. These simple observations train your brain to think in English without translating. And if you're not at home, don't worry. You can do it silently in your mind. For example, when you're walking to the store or waiting for the bus, you can think to yourself, "It's sunny today. I'm going to buy some fruit. I hope the market isn't crowded." These are simple, everyday sentences, but they help build the habit of forming English thoughts quickly. Or when your day is ending and you're getting ready for bed, reflect on your day in English. I had a long day. I worked hard. I feel tired. I want to sleep early tonight. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to worry about grammar or vocabulary too much. The goal is to practice thinking in English, to become comfortable forming thoughts, not to be perfect. Remember, no one is listening. No one is judging. It's just you and your thoughts. You are in a safe space where mistakes are part of the process. And something amazing starts to happen when you do this every day, even for just 5 minutes. Slowly, your brain stops translating. You no longer need to think in your native language first and then try to find the English words. Your thoughts just come naturally in English. And when that begins to happen, you will feel a powerful shift inside you. You'll feel more confident, more fluent, and more connected to the language. It's like building a new road in your mind. At first, it might feel like walking through tall grass, slow and difficult. But every time you speak to yourself in English, you are clearing that path. Each time you say something in English, the road gets smoother, clearer, faster. Soon, you're not walking anymore. You're running. You're thinking in English without even trying. Self-talk also helps you express your feelings and emotions in English. If you're nervous, you can say, "I'm feeling nervous, but I will try." If you're happy, say, "I'm excited today. It's a good day." Learning to talk about your inner world in English helps you connect with the language on a deeper level. Not just words, but thoughts and emotions too. So don't be shy. Try this technique today. Start small. Even if it's just one sentence, say it, think it, build the habit. And slowly, day by day, you'll notice your English becoming more natural, more automatic, and more alive. Our final technique is mental role playing, and this is where the magic happens. Here, you're not just thinking in English, but also you're practicing real conversations in your head using imaginary conversations. This technique is something that can make learning English feel more real, more exciting, and much more personal. You create a conversation in your mind and pretend you're talking to someone in English. Now, you might be wondering, why would I do that? Well, let me tell you. This technique is a secret weapon used by many language learners around the world. It helps you prepare for real-life situations before they happen. It helps your brain practice how to respond in English, not just understand. Let's say you imagine you're at a cafe in London. The waiter walks over and says, "Good afternoon. What would you like to order?" You can pause and think, what would I say if I were really there? Then you answer out loud or in your mind. "Hi, I'd like a cappuccino, please, and maybe a blueberry muffin." You can even continue the scene. Maybe the waiter says, "Would you like it for here or to go?" And you reply, "For here, please. Thank you." It may sound like a game, but it's actually powerful training. When you imagine conversations like this, your brain starts building quick responses. You're not just studying vocabulary or grammar, you're living the language. You're preparing your mind to respond quickly and naturally, just like you do in your native language. You can use this method anywhere. Imagine you're checking into a hotel. Think through the conversation. "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Kate." The receptionist replies, "Welcome. May I see your ID, please?" Then you imagine your reply. "Of course. Here it is." These scenes don't have to be perfect, and you don't need a script. Just go with the flow. Have fun with it. You can also imagine friendly conversations with people. Pretend you're meeting someone new at work or school. Imagine they ask you, "Where are you from?" And you respond, "I'm from UK. What about you?" This kind of mental role play helps you feel confident when those situations really happen. You already have the words ready. And here's something amazing. The more you practice imaginary conversations, the more real they start to feel. You begin to react faster. You start to speak with less hesitation. Your brain stops thinking, "What do I say?" and starts saying it automatically. That's the goal. Also,
Imaginary conversations are a safe way to make mistakes. There's no pressure, no fear. You can pause, repeat, or change your answer until it sounds just right. You are in control of the dialogue. You can even practice different tones, like being polite, casual, excited, or calm. You're not just learning English, you're practicing real communication. You can even imagine conversations with people you admire, your favorite actor, a YouTuber, or even your English teacher. Picture what they might say and how you'd reply. It's a fun and creative way to build fluency. So, how can you start? Set aside 5 minutes each day. Choose a scene, maybe a restaurant, a job interview, or a trip to the doctor. Imagine the other person's voice and then speak your part. Don't worry if you don't know the exact words. Use the words you do know. Over time, you'll start filling in the gaps, learning new expressions, and speaking with more ease. Imaginary conversations make your English come alive. They train your mind to think in real-world patterns, and they give you the confidence to speak when the real moment arrives. So the next time you're alone and thinking in English, don't just talk to yourself. Talk with someone in your imagination. It might feel silly at first, but it's one of the smartest ways to boost your fluency. Trust me, friends. These 3 simple yet powerful techniques will help you think in English. These aren't just exercises. They're little habits that gently train your mind to feel more comfortable with English every single day. Remember, learning a language is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. It's about showing up every day, even for just 5 minutes, and saying, "Yes, I'm learning. Yes, I'm growing." You don't have to rush. You don't have to know every word. You just have to keep going, step by step, word by word, thought by thought. Trust yourself. Celebrate your progress, even the small wins. Because every time you think in English, even just the one sentence, you're becoming more fluent. Here's your action plan. Label objects in English every day. Narrate your actions in simple sentences. Practice imaginary conversations. Commit to just 5 minutes a day, and you'll notice a difference in the week. And comment below, which technique will you try first? Learning a new language is an act of courage, and you're already on the path. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm proud of you, truly. Take care, keep practicing, and see you in the next episode. Until then, happy learning.